Good morning. It is Sunday morning, about 9:30. So we did not get an early start this morning, in part because there was fog. It was pretty thick early on, although even without the fog we wouldn't have started much sooner, I don't think. And part of the reason for that, in addition to the fog, is we're not going really very far. The plan is to go through Fox Island Thoroughfare and then over to the mainland to a cove that is quite near Rockland, so that we can get to Rockland early tomorrow and load up the boat and drive 6 hours home. So let's see, there hasn't been much wind, but it might be coming up now. It's supposed to be light out of the south, at least initially. So if we get a bit of wind in the next few minutes, we'll put up sails and do a bit of sailing, although I wouldn't attempt to sail through Fox Island Thoroughfare. It's a little tight in there. In the south wind, it would just get blocked and I'd get stalled in the middle anyway. So that's my theory anyway. All right, on we go. See how the day unfolds. Well, it's about 15 minutes later, about quarter of 10, and we haven't gotten very far, but we've run into some pretty thick fog. All I can see is water and lobster buoys. So, I don't know, I've been toying with the idea of radar, and up until this point, since we haven't had fog, I thought, well, that'd be a waste of money. But now it doesn't seem like it would be such a waste of money. I don't know if lobster boats work Sunday morning. They're about the only thing to be afraid of out here. The weather forecast said that the fog would be gone by 10, but it's taken until, we'll call it 20 after, for it to lift. And I don't see any, well, there's something way out there that we don't care about, but right here, it is pretty much clear. So we're happy about that. It's a little nerve-wracking. It's about 12:30 and we are exiting from the west end of Fox Island Thoroughfare. We're not quite there yet, but we've reached the fog. You can see pretty well behind me, but we're going to turn around here. Just about at the demarcation line. So we've got our radar reflectors up, and well, we're going to proceed. There's not really many options. about, I don't know what time. It's about 20 minutes of 2. We've made it out into the middle of Penobscot Bay, and the fog has lifted to some degree. Well, it's I can see a lot more now. So it's not exactly blue skies, but I'm liking it a lot better. It's now about 4:30, and we are anchored in a place called Clam Cove. And to show you where that is and how we got here, we'll break out the chart. So this is the island of Vinal Haven, and we spent last night in Seal Cove. Yesterday we looked at a blown up chart of this area, but that's where we stayed, down in here. And this morning, after the fog burned off, we made our way out and up and around into Fox Island Thoroughfare. And I wanted to come down in here and check out Carver Cove as an anchorage, and this is about the point where the fog lifted, which was good, because otherwise checking this out wouldn't have worked out that well. So, and that does seem a quite usable anchorage. And we came back up to the thoroughfare and down a little bit further, and then checked out, this is another seal cove, and way down here there's a place to anchor. There's a lot of seal coves in Maine. And then we came up and passed the town of North Haven on North Haven Island, and continued out. And as we got out to about here, that wall of fog descended on us. So we proceeded on under power. Well, the wind was southwest, as it so often is, and we proceeded under power down this channel in pea soup and right to the edge of the chart. Okay, new chart, same channel. So for Fox Island Thoroughfare, it kind of ends in this area. There's no actual demarcation, but came down this way and up a bit around Drunkard Ledge. You got to wonder about some of these names. And started across Penobscot Bay, and again the fog lifted somewhere in this area, although once it lifted, you know, what had been a sunny day had become an overcast day, but that's all right as long as I could see something. So we came across Penobscot Bay to Clam Cove over here, and just for orientation, this is Rockland Harbor here, so we're very close. And Clam Cove is a nice little cove. It's not terribly built up. I can see some houses and maybe a motel or something, I'm not sure. But anchored in about 20 feet of water at high tide, so it would be about 10 feet at low tide. So tomorrow we're just going to come around and down a very short distance. What's it say there? 2.3 miles to the entrance to Rockland Harbor, and then across over to this area where the boat ramp is. And that'll be all the sailing for tomorrow. And we'll probably motor in any event. So, there's the chart. Well, demonstrating once again that I am a poor videographer. That's all the footage I have for the last day. In my defense, it was a very short trip. It was less than 3 miles down to Rockland Harbor, at least to the end of the breakwater, and a little bit further to the boat ramp. And it was pea soup fog the whole way. The fog had lifted inside Clam Cove, and I thought that was going to be it. But once I got out into Penobscot Bay, it was pretty thick, and ferries run in and out of Rockland on a regular basis, so I was a little nervous. I mean, obviously they show up on AAS, but so they show up, but I don't. So I did put up radar reflectors, but who knows how well they work. The adventure at the ramp, which I also didn't film, was that it was dead low tide, and I could not get the trailer completely submerged. I had the tailpipe, the truck's tailpipe, bubbling, and the front end of the bunks were maybe 6 inches out of the water. So I used the motor to get the boat up on the trailer as far as I could, and I had to use the trailer winch to pull it up the rest of the way. And I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it, but I was. And actually, the fact that the trailer was relatively level meant that once I got it up there, pulling the trailer and the boat out of the water did not shift the position of the boat on the trailer very much. So the boat is further forward on the trailer than I think it's ever been. So which helps, I'm told, with fishtailing. So that was it. A wonderful week in Maine, and we plan to go back in September. So stay tuned for that.